Hi everyone, I spoke with Matt the Hammer Hash from Ottawa Academy of Martial Arts about some of the effects that COVID-19 has had on his business. I was really grateful for the opportunity to speak with Matt, and I want to thank him for being so open and honest about some of the challenges that he's been facing. However, with every dark cloud comes a silver lining, and this pandemic has given us an opportunity to be creative, experimental, and innovative in ways for us to stay together. MMA gyms do some awesome stuff in the community, and I just wanted to use whatever platform I have to kind of promote the awesome stuff that they do. So once again, thank you, Matt, for doing this interview with me. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Hammer Hash. So to get started, I guess my first question would be, can you tell me a little bit about your gym and what it is you guys do and what kind of programs you guys offer?
The school here, it's the Ottawa Academy of Martial Arts. We work with all different ages, teaching adults and youth of as young as 3 years old to people in their 60s and or even some in the 70s. But teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai. We have a mixed martial arts program and just a health and fitness program. We have 4 locations in our region. We have one in the center of Ottawa, one in the east end, all the way out to Rockland, one in our west end of Ottawa, Canada, and one far, far in the south of Ottawa. The area is called Kemptville. So we have 4 locations, but the main location that I run and operate, we've been in the area for just about 18 years.
Wow.
And in that time, we've gone through great growth and expansion. We've gone through difficulties and challenges, and we've experienced contraction. But during all that, we've had an after-school program operate for maybe close to 13 or maybe 14 years during that time. So you can imagine we've had an after-school program that's working with children from kindergarten right up to some grade 7, even some in grade 8. So imagine for 14 years seeing large groups of children grow up and mature. And I've seen a lot of our children come up through our kids programming, turn around and become instructors, let alone become champions and experienced competitors and fighters, but also become teachers. So literally I've watched the youth grow up in our facility, turn around and become leaders of their community, give back, and go on to do bigger and better things. So that's one aspect, is our after-school program. We offer summer camps all summer long, and throughout the year we offer unique camps. Now the reason why I say unique camps is because of when school's out, like a PD day camp. And this was a very interesting year. It's like it's already forgotten, but teachers were going on strike in and out all year long. So the kids were missing school constantly, and a lot of the parents in our community were struggling to find a solution. So I remember when the strikes started happening, parents were at a loss for words. They didn't know what to do. And we just came out and told our community, look, we're going to do it for free. We don't know what's going on. We don't know how long it's going to be going on. And we started inviting anybody. So even if they weren't members of our school, they could come.
Can you just quickly go back in time and just walk me through when the news of COVID first hit? How would you say your members responded? How did you guys as an organization respond? And what are some of the ways that you guys at this Ottawa Martial Arts Academy have been have adapted to keep in touch with members and keep that sense of community in these uncertain times?
When COVID hit, and specifically here in Ottawa, when I believe the health minister announced that was it. All businesses need to shut down. All business needs to close immediately. And they started breaking down the list. I remember it was March 16th. It was on the Monday, because the news came out, I believe it was either Sunday afternoon or Monday that morning when the news briefing happened. And I had to make the decision, along with all the other managers of our locations, that was it. We're going to have to close off our facilities to the general public. You know, there was obviously a lot of mass confusion and uncertainty of what this was going to be. Okay, it's just going to be for a couple days, not a big deal. And then I think as reality set in that no, it's not going to be for a couple days, it's going to be for a couple of weeks. That was kind of the first interpretation. We slid over to a social media platform like on Instagram doing live classes. So we tried our best to kind of say, okay, look, we'll put out content, keep our students engaged during this shutdown time. And then my teacher, Professor Pat Cooligan, advised me. He said, "Look, you gotta jump on this application called Zoom. If you use this platform, it's a way better way to connect to your students and give feedback while you're teaching and training." So there was a bit of a learning curve for me. I'm not super. I'm not very good with technology. But anyways, that learning curve took a bit of time. Got through that kind of transition, and some of our students jumped onto this platform very fast, and others we put out on YouTube some lessons, some classes to basically get information out, get resource out to our students quickly, with as little resistance as possible or any little hurdles. So I've literally been doing what I'm doing right now with you, with a lot of the students. Just, hey, let's set up a phone call. Yeah. I do a Zoom meeting with them. I talk to them, say, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I understand. No worries. Look, why don't we train like this? And I've literally had to hold students' hands through this process to kind of get them over this hurdle of this new format.
How have your members responded to some of the changes you've mentioned?
A group have just stuck with the YouTube. They haven't shifted over to Zoom. A group stay in touch on Facebook and Instagram and keep up to date. We've been offering actually a free private lesson every 2 weeks. So basically our members have a bi-weekly membership that gives access to the live classes and even a private lesson, so that I can give, my staff team can give this personal attention to try to continue to build the relationship with the member, help maintain that connection so that they feel part of our community despite these challenges that we're facing at the moment. However, unfortunately, a large part of our members, they lost their job. They lost their source of income. So many of our members have had to flat out just stop their membership immediately because they have no their way of revenue, their way of income was basically hindered immediately.
It sucks that a lot of people have lost their jobs, so they're not able to kind of contribute that revenue stream that you guys usually have. So yeah, no, that definitely sucks. And it kind of leads on to my next question, which is, so let's say you are still charging for membership dues, so people are still paying for the membership. What are some of the other ways that people can support their local gyms during this time of COVID?
What we have tried to do is we've reduced our rates so that more people can be still involved. So, we've reduced the rates considering that we went from face-to-face to this online platform. So to try to make it more accessible for people. The other thing that we've done as a school is we've tried to keep people in touch and involved, and we've made concessions with a lot of our members. We've tried to work out other options for them that they can at least keep training until they can start making money again.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd rather them stay involved with us than just flat out quit.
Mm-hmm.
And the challenge that we're facing is more so is getting people onto this platform. A lot of people just don't want to do it. They're like, you know what, I'll just wait. But the problem is the more students think about waiting, that time is just getting longer and longer. Like a lot of the students that have been training with us still on Zoom are still actually improving. Like I'm watching them get better. And I've tried to work out a way for, specifically for our children to still progress, still feel a sense of progression, either be by earning stripes on their belts or even earning opportunity to test, where I can test them from their own home, where their parents are assisting them through the process to some degree. So that way, at least the children can feel a sense of progression. But many of our adults thrive off the personal connection. Obviously, we want to keep people safe. We want to support the initiatives that have been put in place. We don't want to do all this hard work for nothing. I get that. Totally get it. But I really believe there are ways that we could open up martial arts schools right now, and they can be done so in a safe manner where we can abide by the social distancing, follow that expectation. Members can come in, train, leave. You know, a lot of the people that are doing the Zoom classes with me are training either with their children or their loved one or a sibling. Well, if they were to come in as a family unit, do the class and leave, there's going to be no interaction, no touching of any other person. They're not gonna touch anybody else. And then there are other people that are training alone at home with like a grappling dummy or a punching bag. They could come in, do that, and leave. People are just looking for this. What you and I are trying to do right now through our computer screens, it's a whole different thing. If we were to take our screens, throw it aside, and I'm looking at you face to face, that's a whole nother experience.
For sure.
And human beings need that. Like the screen, I get it. You and I are trying to do our best. I'm all about that. Martial artists are all about doing their best. Totally get it. But at some point, we got to get rid of the screen and get real and have real human contact. And if it's still got to be 6 feet, okay, I get it. I'll support it. But being in the same room together, saying, hey, how are you? How are you today? Hey, you know what? It's great to see you. Man, I'm so glad you're here.
Is there anything you want people to know about you, yourself, and your gym?
There's a lot of things I want to say, so I'm going to try my best to stay focused in my words and my thoughts. But, you know, my biggest concern, I would say, in all of this is, a lack of better words is, I worry that everyone now is afraid of the boogeyman. You know, everyone's afraid of this thing that's going to come and get them. It's going to get them sick, or they're going to get everyone else sick. You know, as a martial artist, I can appreciate challenging times. You know, there's a period of martial arts where you train, get beat up, and it takes time to kind of develop that resilience, that strength to overcome. And then all of a sudden you reach this like new level where you're like, oh wow, I'm so strong, I'm so good, I'm better than all these people. And then someone comes along and boom, you get taught humility. And that's what's really special about being on a martial art path, is that the lesson of humility is always ever present. However, as a martial artist, you never back down. You keep going forward, you move forward. So my concern is that as we kind of shift along, I just encourage that people face their fears. You know, whenever the day comes, and I'm hoping it's very soon, that we can open our facility, I'm going to be very excited to open it up, but I'm not going to do it like a dummy. I'm going to be very intelligent about it. I'm going to keep the facility safe and focus on encouraging people to take this serious, and it's not a joke, and create an environment where people can come in, feel safe, train, get the most out of it, and go home. Because at the end of the day, that's all I'm looking for. I want to help people grow. I want to help people improve, feel better about who they are. And right now, I think that's what a lot of people are struggling with.
Thank you once again to Matt for coming on to speak with me. If you like our content, please make sure to subscribe to the Leg Kick podcast. We have a YouTube channel, we have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram page. You can find our details below for their social media. And we have more content coming out. We have podcasts, we have videos. So hopefully we will see you soon.